What's up, everybody? Welcome to the SpoilerCast, episode 12. My name is Scott, and this is The Witness. So, what is a SpoilerCast? Well, it's the name of the show, but also, it is a variant of a show in which I will spoil everything about the game. And so if you don't want to have things spoiled for you in The Witness, this newest of new games, please leave the video and then come back and watch it after you've played The Witness. You're gone. Nobody dies in this video game because it's not really a game where there are characters. And so this is a spoiler. This is the last sort of area of the game, I would say. And this little thing, I can press X on this little circle, drag that. I do this. Music starts. Should start. So this is the very end of the game. And there's a little thing, and I'm not going to play the music because I don't want it to drown me out. But anyway, a song plays, or a orchestral score will play, and then you will have, until the song ends, to do these 3 puzzles here. You'll have time to do this puzzle here. You'll have to do 4 puzzles here in a random order. You will have to go up here, and you can go and you can do these 6 puzzles, and then you'll go into this room where there, oh look, it's just 2 puzzles, it's just oh no, it's actually this maze of puzzles where you will have to do all of these puzzles. So this is sort of maybe the last thing that you'll do in the game if you're that serious about it. And I think it's frankly bullshit. You know, not necessarily because it's difficult and the time limit and that sort of thing, but the main thing with this final puzzle is that you essentially have to do them all without messing up, because say if I was at the screen I was like, oh, I'm going to do this puzzle, there's no puzzle on it right now, but if I were to do the puzzle, get the wrong result, the screen would go black and I would have to go down there and do one of those puzzles again. So having you repeat the puzzles is kind of bullshit-ish. Can I do these ones? No? I can't do these puzzles. They won't let me. So it's bullshit that it is kind of bullshit that there's a time limit. Because the rest of the game's kind of relaxed. It's sort of like you can do every puzzle at your own pace. Whereas this is like crazy, and I've tried to do it 3 or 4 times, and I can't even get past the sort of first section, because you can't even like follow a guide or anything like that, because it randomizes the puzzles each time, so you can't even sort of follow it like that. And you also can't pause the game at that point, which I think is kind of bullshit as well, because it's, I don't know, it's just sort of artificially sort of just makes the game a little more difficult. I'm not a fan of artificial difficulty in games, you know, not much. So there's the sort of final area there. In fact, I'll go and show you the actual end of the game. That's sort of like the bonus challenge area, which you need to do this puzzle to like unlock that door and that sort of thing, which I did. So how the hell can I get down there? I'm in this cave right now, and this cave is not doing The Witness. I mean, it looks nice, looks fine, but this cave is not doing The Witness justice to how good the game looks. So let's do this puzzle. Yes, I did it. Success. So basically, this puzzle, you have to separate the white and the black areas. Well, that's what you need to do, and that's what I did. Can I do this one? No, I don't know how to do that one. Oh god. Well, I need to go. Why can't I just use the lift? That's bullshit as well. Why can't I just use this lift? You know what? Fuck it, we're not even going down there. Never mind, we'll just go this way. Right, so this is the world of The Witness. And it's a very nice world in that there are trees, as you can see. There's a path here. And I actually think this is probably one of the best looking games that's out, even though it's not photorealistic. You know, it's definitely, I think if we were rating all of the characteristics of this game individually, it would definitely get a 10 for visuals, because this is amazing. Ooh, you can see that this is a sky puzzle, which you can do, but I don't know how to do it because do this, and then it gets stuck on the black cloud. I don't know if there's a way to make the cloud white again. I don't know if there's some sort of veiled, you know, Oscar so white joke in there. You know, I don't know if there is. I don't know if there's some sort of agenda. You know, maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But yeah, this is the area. This is the little swamp area, or some sort of, I don't know, these willows, sort of high up willows, swampy trees. Regardless, it's a little bit too bright. In fact, turn that down a bit. There we go. But yeah, see these orange trees looked a little bit too bright for my taste. So yeah, there's this world, and what you do in this game is you run around and you find those little screens that were below the earth, and you solve puzzles, and then you activate one of the lasers, and all the lasers will head towards that tower, or mountain, as it's called, and you will go into the mountain, and yeah, you'll go where I was in the bottom of it. And spoilers, this is the spoiler cast, I know, but spoilers, the water in this is amazing. Look at this water. Look at it. Look at the reflections in the water. Crystal clear. Crystal clear. It's like that's the real world and that's not. In fact, there's actually a little known fact that the real world is actually water. We are actually, in fact, surrounded by water at this very moment. And that when we see a reflection in the water, that's actually the earth that doesn't have water in it. You see what I mean? Yeah, it's a complicated world we live in, but it's a world nonetheless. So I think we just need to be grateful for that. So this is an orange forest. There's oranges here, not actual oranges, just the color orange. I wish there were. I had an orange not too long ago. It was actually quite good. But this is a nice little forest place. I could quite easily. I mean, I don't know if I'd live here per se, but I could live easily in quite a lot of places, just because this is just rubble that nobody's picked up. Nobody's picked this rubble up. You can't fall off things, which is annoying. I find that very annoying. So, one thing about The Witness is that puzzles are incredibly difficult, such as that sky puzzle. Like, I know there's a cloud there, but how the hell am I meant to get past the cloud? How am I, it's not even a puzzle anymore. I need to be standing in that location over there, and how am I meant to get past the cloud? There's no real way, as far as I can tell, that's obvious for me to get past that cloud. And so, I don't enjoy that side to this game, that they're seemingly impassable puzzles. I also don't like the fact that there are somewhat, I don't know, puzzles like these ones here that have Tetris pieces on them. You need to sort of, as you can see, draw around them. So there's like the 3 and then the little 1. You get what I mean. You draw around the shape and then that's it. But these ones in particular only really have one solution, and you could probably find multiple ways of doing them. But yeah, I don't enjoy that they've made sort of, again, a forced strain of difficulty here, and it is a very difficult game. It is a very, very difficult game. There are lots of things that you will not understand. Nothing is really explained to you. You'll sort of have to figure it out on your own through trial and error, which is a fine way of doing things. The difficulty's not so bad. It's more of the bullshit that I mentioned earlier, where you have to redo puzzles again, especially when it's on a timer. Like, that's kind of infuriating. So there's that, but there's also this little man, and if you look at his shadow, it looks like it's a little juggler. He's juggling some little rocks, I guess, and then you look at the man, and he's a little Pinocchio fucker here, you know, with his big nose, and his wooden body. He's got a bit of he's unhappy. What's he looking at? He's looking at, can we get like a good angle? No, we can't crouch in the game, of course. He's looking at the sky, which is obvious. He's, never mind. But I don't even know if he's, Originally, I thought that he was unhappy that he dropped the little stones or whatever, but clearly that's the shadow that's juggling them. And why would a man... I don't even know why these people are here, which gets me onto the story of the game, in that we're this person who's woken up. We woke up in a bunker over that direction that I'm facing, and then we just came out and we were doing puzzles and stuff, and then sometimes you find audio tapes which have philosophical quotes or scientific quotes or religious quotes, whatever, from like famous people. Einstein's one of them. I can't remember the names of the others, but Einstein is sort of a prevalent one. I think there's 2 quotes by him anyway. So yeah, there's a lot of those, and then I've never... There's this guy here, of course, and then there's the castle, which is over there. You can kind of see, and there's a lot of these stone people around. I don't know if they're meant to be real people that have been turned to stone, or if they're actual statues. I guess it's anybody's guess what's going on. It's not really explained, and I would have, I appreciate philosophy a lot. I appreciate it 1000%, of course, because a lot of things that I love. Literature, for example, is one of the things that I like. I like quite a bit, and philosophy is obviously a big part of that. But I don't like it in a game where, like, you can have philosophy in a game without having the obscurity. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I could find some. I mean, let me see. I don't really want to play one because they're kind of long-winded sometimes and sometimes boring. But yeah, you can kind of tell a nice story with good characters and plot development and all that sort of thing, while also including philosophy in that story. I think it's kind of pretty. It's not kind of or pretty anything. It's really or very pretentious to have a story that's solely focused on philosophy. You can't. I don't think you can have that. It's all. This game is sort of all about perception and awareness, and sort of how you perceive the world, and about thinking and analysis, and a lot of those types of things. And I think that it's all great and it's enjoyable for what it is. But at the same time, I'd like this shadow here. I'd like to know who this person is. I'd like to know why they're here. I'd like to know what they think about being here. Like we don't have a voice. We don't have a name. We don't have anything about this person. I'd really like to know what they're thinking, because I would be thinking, why are there stone people? Why is that stone person dropped the rocks? Why are these big cameras coming out of the yellow boxes? Why is this sand so good looking in this place? This sand looks better than sand that's in real life sometimes. Why anything? Why can I do puzzles with the clouds? Doesn't make any sense. So I think that instead of perhaps shoving philosophy into games and shoving it down people's throats, I think it should somewhat, I don't know, take the player on a journey while also having philosophy. Like, you can take them into the journey of this person's mind. Maybe this is the person's mind. I guess I don't even know, so I think that would be more interesting. Of course, there is a really cool place. In fact, yeah, I could show you. There's a place below this windmill. I'm not going to show you because it's far below the ground and it looks shitty down there, and I don't want to deal with the dull crap again. But there's a place down here, and you can see curtains there. It's sort of like a little theater, and when you do a specific puzzle, you get like a sheet of paper which has another pattern on it, and then you can go and you can put it into like a little console down there, and then you activate it, and then you can watch videos of like live action speakers and so forth, giving details about sort of philosophy again, of course, because there's not enough in this game already. But they're quite interesting. They're more interesting than the tapes that you find lying around. I feel like those are the really pretentious things where I actually found some of those videos to be quite enlightening. I think there's a really interesting one about sort of how we perceive the present in comparison to the past and the future, and that we can never experience the past and the future. We can only think about it, and our thoughts regarding the future, which is a little bit, out there, crazy, even. It's a strange thought to have, but I find it more interesting that it was people who believe in these sorts of things or feel like these things are important, rather than having voice actors. Ashley Johnson is one of them. Phil Lamar is one of them, as far as I know. And yeah, I feel like those people who are the voice actors, they're sort of just reading them out. It's not necessarily even that those voice actors believe in those things, and I think it's a lot less compelling when you think about that. Like why is Ashley Johnson telling me about Einstein? You know, why? Like, what's necessarily the purpose for that? Maybe the purpose is for me to question these things, but I still think at the same time I would have felt more fulfilled if I'd have been able to have a proper story or narrative structure surrounding characters and, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, I feel like I've come away from this feeling a little bit hollow in terms of it. I mean, it's a very beautiful game, but I don't think it's not a warm or inviting game by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think it's a welcoming game, and I think that if you're not willing to be thoroughly challenged, I don't think you're going to enjoy it. So I think that's maybe everything, because I'm not really doing any puzzles, because I've sort of done quite a lot of them, and I don't want to do the difficult ones that are below the earth, because that's annoying, and I don't want to have to do timed bullshit. So we'll go into the castle. Or maybe we'll just stand here and look at these nice flowers, and then we'll look at the sky again, and sort of spin around a little bit. Spin around. So yeah, this has been the SpoilerCast episode 12. I've been Scott. This is The Witness. And it's a great game, but it's a game that has left me feeling a little bit sort of nonplussed, or a little bit hollow, as I said. Feel a little bit weird about the game, you know. But I still think it's interesting, pretty great. And I think that's everything. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Like, subscribe, share with all the people of whom you love. Thanks so much for watching. See you later.